Welcome back, everybody. Esfan Joseph here at Stasis Jiu Jitsu. So I wanted to talk about a specific topic today, and pretty much it's essentially unspoken rules about a Jiu Jitsu academy. Now, to be fair, some of these are actually rules that the school abides by, and they sort of inform the students after they join, and they stay there for a couple days or a couple weeks. But I wanted to sort of give you guys a few tips before you actually even step into the academy, just to make the transition a lot easier for you, because it is a very nerve-wracking experience. I just want to give you guys some pointers, that way you can really feel good about your first day. Don't feel too concerned if to keep track of all these. It's not going to be in any particular order, so just listen to it and file it in your mind, and then sort of do with it as you will. Starting off with the first thing, when you first arrive at the academy, always make sure you take off your shoes. Every jiu-jitsu school will have it. They'll have a rack or a placemat on the ground. Take your shoes off, place them there. That's it. Do not walk on the mats with your shoes on. Not even with flip-flops. There was one memory I had once where we had a guy come in with muddy boots. It was like in the middle of winter. And we asked him to take it off, and he refused to take it off, and he walked right on the mats, putting his footprints all over the place. Yeah, he did not make a good first impression. So take off your shoes. The next thing will be, to be honest, most schools will probably already do this. So essentially it's bowing before you step onto the mats. The whole reason for that is a sign of respect, and it shows respect to the school, the students, the teachers. Now, just so you understand, most places, again, like I said, most places will do this. Even if they don't, I would honestly ask them. Trust me, ask them. It's a really, really good way of showing sort of like a humble nature when you walk into an academy. One of the biggest attractions to Jiu-Jitsu is the sparring. Right, the actual rolling aspect of the class. It's a lot of fun. It's the big addiction with it. And once you try it, you're gonna get hooked. Now, having said that, the biggest thing you have to understand when you're first there, this happens to everybody, okay? This will, to be honest, even me saying this, it will probably still happen, but control how hard you go. Relax on the first day. Do not go so hard and intense, trying to impress either yourself, or maybe there was a girl in class, I don't know, or the professor's watching, you don't want to look bad. Just do not go that hard. It sets a big impression. You know, we actually have a saying around in our academy where you really truly, most people think the same too. You really know someone when they actually roll. It'll tell you a lot about their personality. And you don't want to be right away going too hard, and you just now get the reputation of, oh, this guy's a SPAZ. You know, but to be honest with you, like I say, this happens a lot. It's natural. You know, it's a sport that requires control. And when you first join, you don't know, like you don't understand what's too hard, what's too slow. It's sort of a learning process. So you're gonna have to sort of be in both, you know, hit both extremes at some point. You might have to go hard to realize that, you know what, okay, I'm going too hard, I gotta relax. Sometimes the other way as well. Like sometimes you're going so slow, it's boring, you know, for everyone around you, no one's learning anything. So you might have to kind of pick up the pace a little bit. But again, try to be mindful. Do not go too crazy, right? Because you never know who you're rolling with. During class, you'll be called in for the technique portion of the class. So the professor will call everyone in, you guys will circle up, and then he's going to be demonstrating a technique. Sometimes they'll ask for questions after, sometimes they won't. It really depends on the format. This one is a slight pet peeve of mine, is whenever the professor or the coach is demonstrating, we have a student chime in the middle of that demonstration and ask a question right then and there when they're still, you know, showing the move. Wait until after. So now the next one. Okay, this one to me, oh, it's such a pet peeve, it's unbelievable. If you see a class going on, so let's say this school has 2 mats. They have one room with a whole mat and another room with a mat. If there's a class going on the first mat, walk around the perimeter. Like walk around the class to go to where you want, you know, to the change rooms or whatever. Do not go like right across. It's such a disrespect. To me, it's just like the most, like, how do you not notice it? So always walk around. It's a very, very good sign. If you were provided a gi, so if you have a gi that you're gonna put on during class, right? Now, if you, let's say you showed up and you didn't have one, or you order one but it's taking some time to arrive, this is sort of doesn't matter for you. But for those that actually have the gi, I would really recommend just a little bit of homework before, learn how to tie the belt. We actually have a video on it. It's pretty intensive. We have like a whole bunch of different versions you can do. I'll leave the link down in the description. You can go ahead and check it out. It'll save you a lot of funny looks. It's not a bad thing. No one's gonna laugh at you or anything, but it just, it just kind of saves you that little bit of that moment of going, oh man, I don't know how to tie it. So do a little bit of the homework, learn how to tie the belt. It'll save you a lot of time. For the most part, every school will have a ranking system. They'll, before class, before they bow into the class and start everything, they'll line up in rank. Now, some will line up with white belts, blue belts, purples, brown, black. Some will actually line up sort of around the edges of the mat, starting with black belts and then moving all the way down to white belt. It doesn't really matter which one it is. What I would recommend is walk up to the professor and ask them where you should be standing, just to be safe, because you don't want to be standing in a blue belt line or purple belt line. It just sort of will save you that one little moment of having the spotlight on you, especially some people don't like that. So walk up to the professor or coach and ask them, where should I be standing for this class, sir? And then they'll tell you, stand over here, stand over there, and it'll save you, again, a lot of time. And that's it for the video, guys. Hopefully it helped you out. Again, they were in no order. Take with it as you please. And I really hope that the first time you actually go to a Jiu Jitsu academy, all these tips will just make things a lot more smooth. Take care, guys, and stay safe.